Today, I've got something special to share with you. If you've been following along, you know that for the month of December, I challenged myself to upload a video every single day. It was intense, but the results, well, they speak for themselves. Let's dive into it. I always wanted to participate in Vlogmas. For a true crime channel, it's not really a Vlogmas, it's uploading a video every day. I was curious to see how it would impact the growth of the channel, if I would notice an increase in the number of subscribers, but I also had my concerns about it. The first question on my mind was, who would watch that much true crime content in December? It's a month of joy and happiness with Christmas carols and presents. I was thinking that most people would choose to stay away from sad stories. Nevertheless, I decided to give it a try, and I'm not sorry I did. Let me take you behind the scenes. Doing a video every day was no walk in the park. It pushed my creativity, time management, and dedication to the limit. But guess what? It was absolutely worth it. Not only did I see growth in numbers, but the engagement from my audience was off the charts. The comments and likes kept me going. Throughout the month, I covered both death row and singular cases. Some videos really stood out, and the response was incredible. It's amazing to see what resonated with my audience, and it gave me great ideas for future content. Now I have clear data that help me create a strategy for 2024. My channel had one video about death row going viral, and of course I doubled down on it, and from a niche of general true crime, it kind of turned into a capital punishment sub-niche. I always wanted to upload cases that did not necessarily end in the perpetrator getting the death penalty, but in 2023, I noticed that whenever I did that, the videos were not well received. Now, uploading every day in December and alternating the death row videos with the normal cases, it wasn't very different from what I expected to happen. It did make me think about what can I do in 2024 to fix that, but that's a topic for another video. I was worried about one thing in particular. Would my audience get tired of seeing my thumbnails and videos every single day? I was scared that they would get bored, and instead of seeing a growth in my views and subscribers, I would in fact see a decrease. Thankfully, that was not the case. You see, when you upload that many videos, YouTube starts recommending your videos more, so you get way more impressions than before. In November, YouTube showed my thumbnail 254,000 times, but in December, the impressions skyrocketed to 693,000. Not only that, but the videos were being shown to new viewers a lot more than before. In November, I had 3.7k returning viewers and 16.2k new viewers, but in December, I had 8.4k returning viewers and 35.8k new viewers. Another thing I was worried about was what happens in January. Will YouTube think that since my uploads are not as frequent, I'm not consistent anymore? I don't have the full picture just yet, but I came to the conclusion that it doesn't matter. I had so many people discovering my channel in December, and I expect some of them will come back to see my new videos, which in turn will signal to the YouTube algorithm that I am doing okay. Now, if you also want to do this challenge, you can easily do it if you prepare in advance. I started to prepare in November, and please hear me when I say it was not early enough. I did manage to schedule about 12 videos in advance. This means I did the research, the filming, and editing for all of them before we even hit December 1st. They were uploaded and ready to be published. But then it was hard to keep up. I had to do one video every single day, and I kind of struggled with that. The way I made it work was doing the tasks in batches. One day I was doing 5 scripts. The next day I was filming all of them. The third day I was editing them. It's a tedious process. You can learn from my mistakes and do better. If you are planning on doing this in December 2024, start doing your scripts now, in January. Have 31 ready by March, then film all of them in April. Start editing them in May, for every single month, and you'll feel a lot less pressure this way. I'm not sure if I want to do this again this year, but if I decide to go ahead with it, that's the plan that I will follow for sure. Another thing you should take into account is the quality of your videos. How much are you willing to sacrifice from the level of quality you and your audience are used to? Posting every single day will result in a decrease in quality, whether you want it or not. I mostly have a voiceover on top of which I add clips and pictures, following the general rule of changing the image on the screen every 7 seconds. This makes me spend about 4 hours editing an 8-minute video, and in December I did not have the time to do that. I had images left on the screen for a good 30 seconds and even more at times. And yes, it did show in my audience retention, not gonna lie. You can diminish the decrease in quality by preparing for this challenge months in advance, like I told you earlier. You don't have to cut corners if you are not in a hurry to upload. Since starting my true crime channel, I made a promise to myself to not let a month pass without learning something new. Maybe a new editing trick, a new transition, how to color code. I broke that promise in December. Between my regular 9 to 5 job and the rush in completing the research and filming, there was no time left for me to learn something new, and I hated this. My favorite holiday is Christmas, and usually this is the month in which I try to catch up with old friends and family members. Not this year. Again, I didn't have time for that, not as much as I wanted anyways. Of course, I made an effort to have a batch of videos scheduled for publishing for December 23rd till December 26th, but that was it. On the 26th, I had to go back to work or I wasn't going to upload in time the video for December 27th. All in all, I don't regret putting in the effort. As hard as it was at times, it also brought me satisfaction. Let's take a look at the numbers. In December, I had 3 times more subscribers join this awesome community. And when it comes to revenue, it's mind-blowing. In November, my ad revenue was $165.81, but in December, it was $374.91. Now, you're gonna think that it's normal to make more money in December because that is the month advertisers are willing to spend much more money. And that's what I believed as well. It turns out it was not really the case. In November, my CPM was $9.15, and in December, it went down to $8.24. Same thing with the RPM. In November, it was $6.77, and in December, it was $6.25. Not only it was not higher, it was actually lower than the previous month. If I go one more month behind, I do see a significant increase in CPM and RPM. So maybe the advertisers really start spending more money since November, because in October my CPM was of $7.98 and the RPM was $4.84. One more thing that I noticed was that I lost 54 subscribers in total in December, which is more than the 28 subscribers that I lost back in November. My most viewed video in December was all the people that were executed in 2023 with almost 3K views, and the video that had the least views was the Bever family murder with only 92 views. See what I'm talking about? The videos that are not related to death row are not well liked by my audience. I'd like to point out an important fact here for those who still think that if a video does poorly in terms of views, then YouTube will not recommend your next video as much. That is false. I literally posted this video that got just 92 views one day, and the next day I uploaded another one that got 2,600 views. Beyond the numbers, this challenge taught me a lot. Consistency is key, but so is adaptability. I learned to listen to the feedback and adjust my content accordingly. It's a journey of growth, not just for me, but for all of us. I can't wait to see where my channel will be at the end of 2024. Please hit that subscribe button if you like my channel. See you next time. Bye bye.